Your child refuses dinner, and suddenly the whole evening feels intense. As a registered dietitian and mom to two, I see this with families all the time. And the way most people respond actually usually makes picky eating harder. So let's talk about what helps instead. So maybe this has happened to you. You make dinner, everyone sits down, and within seconds, your child says, I don't like this, or I don't want this. Your stomach tightens because you want them to eat something, so you start negotiating, or maybe you make something different entirely. So, children or toddlers can refuse food for many different reasons. Appetite naturally fluctuates. So, some days your child or toddler may be hungrier because they might be going through a growth spurt, or other days they might not be as hungry, and that's totally normal. The other thing is that toddlers and children crave independence, so they may also refuse a meal because of this. And another reason is because pressure around food actually increases their resistance to eat. So if there's a lot of pressure to take one more bite, or if food is being used as a reward, it could also increase some of that resistance because there's pressure around eating. Refusing dinner doesn't always mean that your child hates the food or doesn't like the food. Sometimes it's just a way of them expressing their independence. So there's a common mistake that I see parents making. There's no judgment about it. Of course, we just want to get our children to eat, so I totally understand it. But one thing that parents typically tend to do is to make the child a completely different meal. And the problem with that is that over time, kids start to learn that refusing dinner leads to a different option. So they're going to be more likely to refuse food in the future so they can try to get the food that they prefer. So what we want to do instead is to serve one familiar food with the meal, something that they usually eat. Sometimes call this a safe food. So, for example, if your child is someone that just wants to eat chicken nuggets and french fries, maybe you pair some vegetables or fruit on the side with their chicken nuggets, or maybe you prepare, dinner as you usually would, but maybe you have a couple french fries on the side, or maybe you have an apple on the side, just anything that you know that they'll eat with the meal that you're preparing for the family. You want to avoid making a separate meal. Whatever you're serving for dinner is dinner that night. And we want to always allow children to decide if and how much they eat. So, my job as a parent is to decide what to serve, and my child's job is deciding whether, if they eat, and how much they eat. So, when I serve dinner, I'm going to try to make it something nutritious and try to aim to include many of the food groups. So things like fruits and a vegetable, some sort of protein and a carbohydrate on the side with that, maybe a little bit of dairy like cheese or yogurt or some milk on the side, something like that. And again, it's the child's job to decide if they eat and how much they eat. You're navigating through picky eating right now, you're not alone. I created something to support parents through this exact stage. Inside my course, Piece at the Table, I walk through the system I use as a registered dietitian and mom to help families create more peaceful meals. I'll link it down below if it's something you're interested in.